vegan and author. Today I have my vegan hat on because there was recently a bit of a hoo-ha when it came to the public's attention that New Zealand has feedlots. Gosh, New Zealand has feedlots? This came as a complete shock to the majority of the public who live here, because they are under the false illusion that New Zealand beef is all grass-fed and free range. In fact, I believe a lot of Australians think the same about Australia as well. The first feedlot was opened up in New Zealand in 1995, and it's still going to this day. But it, along with a few others, have managed to just slip under the radar. God forbid, we've just managed to get the supermarkets to stop selling caged eggs in a bid to get the chickens out of cages, and now this. I mean, it's in itself is a great step forward to get the chickens out of cages, but, you know, we'll still have some form of cage system as we also export a heap of eggs to countries who really don't give a damn. What I'm trying to say is that New Zealanders and other countries have this rather innocent notion that we take good care of our farmed animals like dairy, beef, sheep and chickens, especially the free-range ones. We're actually just about to bring in a law that makes it illegal to dock animals' tails. Which animals? Cows and dogs. That's it. So sheep and pigs will still have their tails docked without anaesthetic, but it appears that neither of these animals are deemed worthy of the don't dock the tail law. Now here in New Zealand there is no legal definition of free range, and that actually applies to a lot of other countries as well. The only guideline is that the animal must have access to the outside and not be caged. So, free-range chicken. Other than one privately owned one, in New Zealand, it's the only one I know of. Free-range chicken farms are contracted to the large chicken corporations and are supposed to run by their rules. So chickens are overall are specifically bred for the table, regardless if they are factory farmed or free range. And so here we have the issue of leg strength. There are other health problems as well with these chickens, but it's the leg strength that matters. And what does this mean? Well, after the baby chicken reaches, I think it's a couple of weeks old, it's after it loses its baby down, it's then able to go outside and the barn doors are opened, the sides are rolled up, and the birds are free to range. They may do this for a short period, but in the barn is the chicken's primary food source. There's grains, corns, vitamins and minerals, specially formulated to fatten the bird up. And then they get too fat, top heavy, and that's when the issue of the leg strength kicks in. At this point, the birds, especially the ones in the middle, hey, why should they go out? They've got all the food and water they need and their legs hurt. They actually sort of can't get out. So the question is, are they really free range? Pigs, free range? A lot of the free range ones have rings forced through their nose to stop them rooting in the soil, which is a natural behavior for them. That is so incredibly painful. You know, their nose is the most sensitive part. Pigs raised for meat are more free farmed than free range. This means that they're housed in eco barns with litter material to root in, but they can't actually roam outdoors. And free farmed alludes to free range. The consumer is hoodwinked. Boy, they have a problem with plant milk. At least the consumer knows that soy or almonds don't come from a cow. Free-range farmers have to look at the logistics. How many animals must they have to make it economically viable? And this is the problem. Unless they have a specific niche market, like that free-range farm, that one farm that I do know of, the majority have to have the numbers, and we're talking thousands of animals. And that's where the welfare of the animal can suffer. Do you eat animal products and think you're doing right by buying free range? You might have to reconsider. At least find out exactly where your food comes from. And one last thought. These animals are still sent to slaughter. And I don't care if they've had a good life. Their life is still taken from them against their will for no other reason than a few minutes of tasting pleasure. Remember, have great food, make it plant-based, and be compassionate to all animals, including humans. Bye for now.